You spend the entire weekend outside, laughing with your friends, sharing meals, entirely present. But as Sunday night rolls around, a familiar anxiety creeps in. You look back at the last 48 hours and tell yourself you accomplished absolutely nothing. Now picture the alternative. You skip the dinner. You sit alone in your apartment, staring at a screen, building 3 slide decks for a meeting that doesn't even require them. You close your laptop on Sunday night and feel a deep, satisfying sense of a weekend well spent. We have to ask why our brains are wired to process human connection as a waste of time, while categorizing solitary, uncompensated corporate labor as a personal victory. The answer is conditioning. We have learned to measure the value of a human life using the exact same metrics a factory manager uses to measure an assembly line. Productivity is strictly output divided by input. It tracks how many widgets a machine stamps out per hour. But the math breaks down when you plug in a Sunday barbecue. You can't divide a laugh by an hour. The economic equation returns an error. When we judge our evenings and weekends against this standard, we decide that our time only has value if it can eventually be monetized or optimized for an employer. Trying to force your private life into this factory model ensures you are always in the red. It creates a permanent state of perceived failure, regardless of how much you actually achieve. A corporate metric has a singular, specific job: to track and increase the profitability of the organization. It is not designed to measure your baseline happiness, your stress levels, or the strength of your social ties. This chart compares those two competing interests. On one side, the employer's ideal state peaks at maximum efficiency and profit. On the other, the individual's ideal state requires joy, mental health, and community. The shapes are entirely opposed. They do not overlap. Once you see that misalignment, the definitions invert. The day you spend grinding at a 9-to-5 or a startup, trading your hours strictly to acquire money, that is the actual wasted day. The day you spend fully engaged with friends and family is the true day of production. Reclaiming our schedules means stopping the habit of calling our corporate survival chores a productive day and recognizing that personal connection is the real work. We still have to pay rent. We still have to buy groceries. Trading our time for a paycheck remains a mandatory requirement for surviving in the modern economy. The solution is a practice we can call strategic detachment. You go to your job, whether it's a massive corporation or a tiny startup, and you execute your tasks entirely with your intellect. You give them your brain, but you intentionally unplug your heart. By framing your daily work as a strictly logical exchange, your skills for their money, you stop tying your emotional state to quarterly earnings or a manager's mood. Withholding emotional labor from a corporate spreadsheet preserves your energy for the hours that actually belong to you. We need a new baseline for how we define our useful time. Going forward, an hour is only productive if it builds an asset that remains yours after you leave your job. Those lasting assets are straightforward: the trust of your friends, the memories you build with your family, and the depth of your personal network. This requires running a continuous emotional audit. You assess exactly how much energy a project requires, deploy your technical skills to complete it, and fiercely reroute the remaining emotional bandwidth back to your home life. When you actively monitor where your energy goes, you stop allowing the company logo to serve as a stand-in for your own identity. The practical execution starts with your schedule. Treat an hour blocked off for a family dinner with the exact same unyielding rigidity as a mandatory meeting with your CEO. It does not move, and other tasks must bend around it. Neutralizing the guilt requires a conscious identification. When you're resting on a Sunday and that internal voice starts calculating your lack of output, recognize it as an industrial metric misfiring in a domestic space. 5 years from now, no one will remember the slide deck you built on a Saturday, but your kids, your partners, and your friends will always remember exactly who showed up for them when it mattered. The days you trade for a paycheck are gone the moment the shift ends. The days you spend with the people you love are the only ones you actually get to keep. That makes them the ultimate form of productivity.